Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have decided I am going to start another junk journal using packaging. Now I've got one I've not showed you guys, and it will be coming up, but this is a junk journal cover that I've started, and I used a public shopping bag. And I actually done this one at work on my lunch break one day. That's why all of it's kind of like pieced together, because all I had with me was a 6x6 paper pad, and I was just trying it out. So that is what we're going to do today. And I want it to remain this size because what I've done, let me grab a piece of coffee dyed paper that I have right here. And I'm so sorry that I am shaking, you guys. I apologize. It has been a crazy day, so I had to telework today because my car decided to put itself, or put the parking brake on, and it's electronic, and I could not get the parking brake off, so I couldn't drive it. And then so I was teleworking, and then the power went out again, third day in a row. So yeah, so this is how I came up with this size here. Is I took a regular sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper and just folded it in half. And then I wanted to make sure that I had a little bit all the way around. And then I think I done like a 2-inch spine. I can measure and see what this spine is, maybe. Okay, so I lied, it's a 2.5-inch spine. So I'm going to use the same size, and so all I'm going to do really is I'm just going to attempt to trace around this, if I can find a pen or pencil, and that way I don't have to do all the crazy measuring. So we're just going to do like that. All right, now I could use my paper cutter, but I really don't want to use my paper cutter on this because this is a utility mailer, so it is quite thick. And I could put my mat down, and the best thing I could do would be to use a ruler and a straight edge, but my mat is actually in the other room, so I am not even going to attempt it to get up and go get it right now because I'm over it. Like I said, it's been one of them days. And I can trim up whatever I need to trim up. All right. So there is that. So I'm going to set those out of the way, and I'm going to grab my scoreboard, and I'm going to keep it on this side because the address is on the other side. Now what I want to do, I am just going to do this just to kind of get me a reference point here. And I am going to put that fold, I'm actually going to mark where that fold is, and I'm going to put that on the 6 because this is larger than my mat. So if I want to have a 2.5-inch spine like I did on the other one, let me grab my other scoring board. I don't like this one. I mean, it's an okay scoring board, but it's not the one that I use. Hang on, let me grab it. It's under all of this stuff. Because I don't know, I've used this one so much that I'm just more accustomed to using it. All right. So what I'm going to do, same thing, I'm going to put that dot on the 6, which is the center. So if I am wanting a 2.5-inch spine, I'm going to need to go 1.25 inches on this side of that center line. And you guys may hear the weather because it is still really bad here. And then I want to go 1.25 inches on this side of that center line. And that really, no, I only went 3/4 inch over. What am I doing? Oh my goodness, guys. This is 1.25 inches. Lord, I knew that didn't look right. Wow. Okay, so we are going to attempt to get this in the right track here. But this thing is so thick, it's wanting to get off track. Alright, so maybe we'll get it now. Jeez Louise. I'm telling y'all, it's been one of them days. Alright, maybe that's got it now. So let's attempt to fold this over, and I've got to, you know what, I may have to get a label or something and put over this address. Hang on one second, let me just scribble it so that you can't see who it's from, because this actually went to my work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to fold it there. And then I'm going to go right here, and this address don't matter because this is the work address, and that's fine, so I'm okay with that one. And I'm just going to attempt to fold this. All right, so there is the beginning of our journal. All right, so now what I need to do, and I may end up sewing this, I'm not sure. And I picked this up today. I had to borrow my mom's car to go to my work to pick up my laptop so that I could telework. And so I had to run on up to Hobby Lobby because I needed a few things. And then I had to go get some more laminating pouches. All right, so I'm thinking, this is just paper, but I'm thinking with as thick as this is, I think it will be okay. And I am just looking to see what I want to use, and I'm thinking I might want to use this one. So let's just take a look and see how this would look. Because what I will actually do, I think that's going to work. So let me see. This area here is about 5 3/4 by 8 7/8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my paper trimmer here. And so since it's 5 3/4, I want to cut this at 6 3/4, and I want this on my cover, so I'm going to turn it that way because I want 1 inch to go over, and then it's 8 7/8, so I want 1 inch on each side, so 10 7/8 is what this needs to be. Or you could just do it at 11 and that would be fine, but we're just going to do it at like that. I'm going to set that out of the way for now. All right, and let's see how that looks. Because I'm thinking if I do it like this, I want there to be some area to fold over, and I think that is going to work. So let's use some score tape here. And this will probably be a 2 or maybe even a 3-part video because there's no way I'm going to be able to get this all done in one setting. So I am just simply going along the edge of what is going to be my cover, and I am just putting my score tape. And I don't know if I am going to sew this or not. I'm thinking I'm not going to, because I know not everybody has a sewing machine or can sew theirs, and so I'm wanting to do something that pretty much anybody can do with your packaging. And you know, we all get stuff in quite often from whether it be Amazon or regular mail. And so this is just a way to use up that, that junk mail. So you keep it out of the landfill. So I'm just trying to get my pokey tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off the backing to that score tape. And that's what I'm going to do, that all the way. Or attempt to anyway, without sticking myself down. I'm really bad about sticking myself down to it. I'm trying not to, guys. I'm really trying not to, but you never know with me. Yeah, so it looks like I will probably be teleworking the rest of the week, because I called my ex-husband to find out what to do about my car. And he said, well, with it being electronic brake, it will have to be done using a scan tool. And so my oldest son is trying to see if he can borrow a scan tool from one of his buddies. And if not, it will have to get towed either to the dealer or another garage. So I am just not happy. So I'm putting some glue down as well as the tape. You guys know I like to do both. And I am just going to take that paper and I'm going to try and line it up as best as I can with that fold. And I'm not too stressed if I don't get it perfect, because I will be putting something different on the spine, I am sure. And then I'm just taking my bone folder and making sure that I've got it smoothed down really good. And I'm thinking I want to go ahead and glue this shut, because I don't want it to like pop open at any point. So I'm just going to run some glue right down through here and along that right there, just to make sure that it's all good. All right. Now, right here on these edges, let me move some of this trash. I'm telling y'all, I'm thinking about changing my channel name to the Messy Desk Express, because it seems like it is always messy. All right, so I've just done that. And so what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to put a strip of score tape here, here, and here. So I'm just going to, let me get my, I think I have some thinner score tape. Maybe. Yeah, let's just use the thinner score tape for this part. So I'm going to put a piece right here. And I'm also going to put a piece right here. And I'm going to do this on all three edges. And so what that will do is just make sure that those little flaps stay down. And I am sorry if you guys can hear the police scanner. You know, I have son-in-laws that are deputies, and so we just kind of always keep the scanner going when they're on duty. And of course, we were listening to all the trees and stuff that was down because of the storm that come through. And this is typical Florida summer afternoons, you know. But I was listening to all of the reports, and especially when our power went off, I wanted to have that on, and I did not turn it off. So if you guys can hear it, I am sorry. All right, so I think I'm going to glue these down first, and then I'll do this one. So I'm just going to pull this backing paper off. And I'm going to pull this backing paper off. And you know I like to use my glue as well as my tape. So I'm just putting my glue, and this is my Fabri-Tac that I have in a Sugar Belle bottle. It just makes it easier to squeeze out. I should have already pulled that up, but I didn't. There we go. I love my Fabri-Tac, but in the regular bottle, it is very difficult for me to squeeze. So I always put it in a Sugar Belle bottle because it makes it so much easier to squeeze. All right. Get that one off, and we're going to do the same thing right here. So probably in this video, the only thing I'm going to do today will be the cover. And then, I don't even know if we'll get to the inside of it, because we're already like right at 16 minutes in, and I've only got one. How on earth have I done that? I mean, have I been running my mouth that much? Jeez. Guys, what is up? I don't know. Alright, so we're going to do this here. And then we need to figure out our back cover. Oh yeah. See, that's looking pretty. Look at that. I'm loving it. Okay, so now let's figure out what we want our back cover to be. Now, do we want the back cover to be kind of the same? I could do, just thinking here. I could do the back cover kind of the same, use the same paper. Let's do that. And so it should be the same size. So I want this to be on the back cover. So we're going to cut it here. And so, what did we say this was? 5 3/4, I believe. I don't remember. Yep, 5 3/4. So we're going to cut this at 6 3/4. And then we said 10 7/8, or you can just cut it at 11, and it will not make that much of a difference. All right. So let's do the same thing to our back cover. And so I'm going to get my score tape, and I'm going to use the little bit wider piece for this part of it. So I'm doing exactly the same thing that I did, and this is how I cover my my altered composition books. This is pretty much how I cover any of my journals that I'm actually doing a cover like this on. So this part of it does not change much at all for me. I do it almost the exact same way every time. And it's just what works for me. So, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And y'all see these little pieces of scraps right there that I'm not throwing away. Well, those are off of, because I've been making the envelopes for the envelope challenge boxes. And Sandy over at Septeria 18, I believe her channel is called, she does some kind of flowers using like the little strips like that. So I'm not throwing them away because I'm going to attempt them. I am sure that I cannot do it nowhere near as neat as she does, but you know what? I'm going to try. and we'll see how it turns out. So that's why I'm not throwing those away. And then I also have a ton of vellum strips from making like the envelopes, the cash envelopes. There's always these little vellum strips left over, and I've thrown so many of them away, but you guys know vellum is expensive, and I'm just tired of throwing it away. So I made a few labels today. Well, I was actually making some labels when the power went off, and then I couldn't see, so I couldn't finish them. So I'm trying to save that stuff because I really don't want to, you know, all of this stuff is expensive, you know, especially nowadays. And I don't want to be wasteful. So I'm trying to figure out different ways that I can make stuff using what otherwise would be like my junk. So again, I'm just kind of lining it up as best as I can. It really doesn't make that big of a difference since I will be covering that spine area. And then I'm going to do the same thing, just kind of cut that just a little bit. And go ahead and fold it. Fold here. Fold right there. Now let's get the thinner score tape and go ahead and put some down. And you can use the thick or the thin. I'm using the thinner just because I have more of it, and it doesn't need that thick of score tape to hold this down. So I'm just trying to save what little bit, you know, what I can wherever I can. And I actually got this tape. I got this set off of Temu. And this stuff is super strong. Which, let me know if you guys are interested. I did get some clothes off of Temu. In fact, this cute, you guys can't see much of it, but this cute little sweater blouse that I have on today, I got it off of Temu. I think I bought like 18 or 19 outfits off of Temu. So if you guys want to see those and maybe see how they look on, and you know, get my idea on whether the stuff is true to size or not, let me know. You know, I'll definitely do one if that's something you guys are interested in. I do have a few more items coming from Temu. I ordered some stuff for my husband. I ordered some stuff, you know, like for the house. So let me know if that is something you guys are interested in. I'll be more than happy to do it. Otherwise, you know, I'm gonna order from them and just be done with it. It don't matter to me. But I'm trying to do videos that you guys are wanting or, you know, interested in. There will be hopefully a budget video this week. Because I am finally able to start putting money back into my envelopes. I've got to get them filled back up again after emptying them all to buy all of my diving stuff, my scuba stuff. But I do not like not having money in my envelopes. So I am ready to get those filled back up. See, I'm sticking myself down like I always do, guys. Y'all know I do that. And, you know, I haven't glued my desk yet, so something may be wrong here, because y'all know I always have to glue my desk anytime that I am gluing. Alright, so we have that. Look how cute that's looking. Now, I could do this, but that is just too much of the same paper. So what I want to do, I actually want something that is going to contrast. And I want something that's, I want that. You guys know I had to go with the pink. Y'all knew I was going to go with the pink. Excuse me. So this is 2.5. So I'm thinking 2.5. Let's just do this at 4. And so I'm going to do 4 inches. And then I am going to do, I'm just going to cut a little bit off so that it should be about the same height. All right. And so I think what I'm going to do, just to make it a little bit easier on me, I'm going to put this in here like this, and I am going to score it at the actual 1.25 inches instead of what I done a while ago, so that I'll kind of know where it needs to fold. And let's see how that looks. Let's see if we got it halfway decent there. I'm hoping I did, and it looks like I did. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, and y'all know I probably do things so different than a lot of people because I have to do what kind of makes sense in my mind, even if it really don't make a lot of sense in somebody else's mind. Like the way that I do it, I just have to do how I can understand it, I guess. Which is what I'm doing right now. So how I'm doing it, I'm putting some score tape down on that spine. And then I'm going to pull this up. It's not liking that little label, and I probably should have pulled that label off or scuffed it up, but I didn't. But I think it's going to be glued down enough everywhere else that I don't have to stress over it too much. At least I hope that's the case. We shall see. All right, and then I am going to do the same thing with my my glue. I'm just going to fill this in. I'm putting a bunch of glue. Y'all know I do overkill on my glue. Okay, and then I am going to do this just like this. And then I'm going to take this, and I am going to put it on, leaving about 1 inch. And I didn't get it done right. Oh well, it is what it is. Nothing I can do now because I done let it snap down on there. So it didn't do me much good to have scored it because I just boogered it up. But it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so then this, I'm not even going to miter this part. I'm just going to glue it down. See, I don't have enough up there, and I have too much down here. But we'll deal with it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape here. And I'm just going to put a little bit right here. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Just a little bit like right here. And then across this. I would have liked that top to have been a little bit longer, but somebody was not paying attention and was running their mouth. Betty Renfrew. So I boogered it up. But you know what? We're going to go with it. Because what else can we do at this point? Nothing. So we're just going to... So there I went. Okay, see, it is a day in the life of me because I just glued my desk. We knew it was going to happen. We just wasn't sure when. All right, so there's that. And that. And let's glue that down. Now I need to measure. And I think this is going to be too long. Yep, so the 12-inch paper is not going to be quite long enough for that. So that's not a problem because, oh, y'all, did y'all see what I done? Oh my goodness, guys, I glued that down and didn't even glue this part down. Really? Guys, what are y'all going to do with me? I did not even pay attention to glue this part down. And I knew that I needed to. See, I'm telling y'all, it's always something with me. Jeez, what's going on? I'm losing it, guys. I mean, I guess I had to have had it to lose it. All right, so I want to do this. I am going to do this at 9.5. And I'm going to do it at the 4. So let's do another 4 inches. And let's do 9.5. All right. And I'm wondering if I should put, I think this is thick enough. I don't really need to put the, what on earth? No, I don't need this at 9. What do I need this at? What, see, guys? What y'all gonna do with me? It needs to be 8 3/4. What on earth am I thinking, guys? Apparently I'm not at all. I am just like in my own little world today, and I'm just like making crazy mistakes, and oh well. All right. That's better. So let's just glue that down. I am not going to worry about putting tape on this part right here. I'm just going to glue this down. Just like this. I'm going to try and line it up with the, you guys can see how off I am in the, from here to here, but it'll be okay. Well, it'll have to be okay because that's how it's going to be. All right, so now I need to have 2 pieces to go here, and we can do maybe 5 inches. So 8 3/4 by 5 inches. So let's pick out what we want to be our inside. And I'm just trying, I don't want it matchy-matchy, but at the same time I don't want it like crazy out there. Does that make sense? Probably not. I know. I know, guys. I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this at 8 3/4. And just like that, I forgot what size I said I wanted to do this as. Yep, see guys, that's how quick my memory goes. I said 5. So let's do cut 2 at 5. So 5 and 5. And let's make sure that our 8 3/4 is right before I go doing anything else, because I don't trust myself. I think we could actually go 8.5. Let's do 8.5 because I think that might look a little better. Or maybe 8 1/4. Let's do that. Let's do 8 1/4. And I'm probably cutting too much off, and then I'm going to be all messed up. But, you know, it's what I do, guys. You know, you got to have one of my crazy videos. Okay, no, I do like that. So I want to round the edges on these. And I'm wondering if I want to ink them up. I'm almost thinking that I do. So let's ink them really quick. So, I'm about to have another accident with the ink. You guys know I'm good at doing that. I'm sure you guys saw my the journal that I done where I ended up setting the cover of the journal on the ink pad like 5 or 6 different times. Craziness. So I had to reevaluate how I was doing the journal because I messed it up, but it ended up looking cute. So, and that's the thing with this kind of stuff, even if you do have like an accident or something, you can make it look like you really meant to do it that way. And probably if I hadn't have told y'all what I had done and messed it up, y'all probably would have thought that I had intended to do it that way from the beginning. See, one day I'll learn to just keep my mouth shut and make y'all think I'm smarter than what I really am. Nope. Alright, so that's up and that's up. Alright. So now we're just going to put some glue on this. We're not going to worry about tape. Alrighty. So let's glue this first one down. Just like that. I'm thinking that's looking good. Alright, and then we will glue this side down, and then we will call this video done because it's already almost 40 minutes long. And then what I'll do, I'll keep working, but it will be a video for tomorrow. I will maybe start trying to figure out what I want the signatures to be. And we'll go from there. And I do need to ink the edges of this up and all. Okay, so yeah, that turned out okay with me forgetting to glue that down. But guys, look how cute this is looking. And this is all made from packaging. Just packaging that I received. I actually received it at work. And I couldn't throw it away because it was such a good envelope. And so I just used it to create this journal cover. And we are going to make a cute little journal out of this. And we're just going to keep working, and I will see you guys in just a couple of minutes, but you guys will see me tomorrow. So let me know again if you guys want to see my Temu clothing haul. Let me know if that's something you are interested in. And I will see you all later. So, alright guys, have a good one. Bye.